And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It's my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. Whenever there is, in any country, uncultivated land and unemployed poor, it is clear that the laws of property have been so far expended as to violate natural right. That's a quote from Thomas Jefferson in a letter that he wrote to James Madison. Doesn't the wisdom of our founding fathers amaze you even in today's world? Today's so-called free America world? You never ever hear the elected officials quote this or any other founding father regarding property, private property that is. So great, moreover, is the regard of the law for private property that it will not authorize the least violation of it. No, not even for the general good of the whole community. The whole community. Back in 1783, Sir William Blackstone said it, and today's sirs in D.C. ignore it. Except they look to the community and way past the rights of individuals, the individual property rights. I think that's called socialism. When I went to work for my late boss, Derry Brownfield, I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue about the land taking, government land grabbing. I simply wasn't aware that has been, is still going on in our nation. And now, I've seen so much. So while the Dems, and I'm saying D-I-M-S for not the brightest bulb in the box, are all fired up over some Supreme Court nominee that he just might stop the killing of unborn children, maybe it would mean more to them if it was illegal unborn children, they completely ignore, purposely, our rights, your unalienable rights. Why, you ask? Why would they do that, Beth Ann? And so do the rhinos, by the way. They are constantly putting on a show for the voters, but with all their noise, we see very little change. Wayne Hage, Cliven Bundy, Ammon Bundy, Steve Hammond, Dwight Hammond. There are others. We seldom remember their names or never knew their names. Some of them were inholders or are inholders, meaning their property is sitting in the middle of a government-protected area. Many times they are viciously denied access, even though that's illegal. You see, we Americans are also caught up in the media drama and totally, completely miss the truth of the tyranny coming out of D.C. Yep, the D.C. occupiers occupying offices and cutting deals. Who is responsible? Congress, the Supreme Court, the bureaucracy, and whichever current administration is in charge. However, winning feels pretty good, and regardless of all the idiocy you heard yesterday attacking our president, President Donald Trump, saying he looked weak or spewing treason because he didn't defend or praise the U.S. intelligence, I'm thinking, why would he? Calling for a military coup, one of them. Despite these knuckleheads, President Trump seems to have the people in mind, not politics, and not an outside agenda from the Constitution. He seems to be the people's president. He seems to want to get along with the other large nuclear power, and that ain't a bad idea, do you think? We all have a moment when we remember our own wake-up call. I remember mine, but many have not yet come to that realization. Many Americans don't understand their rights. Therefore, they don't recognize the tyranny taking of those rights and the taking of the land. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, property, and prosperity.